This day in history, 2004, I think it was what, January the 3rd, 2004, Brian Charles Lara setting that world record against England. We're going to do a little bit of reminiscing on that, and we are going to talk a little bit about that test match that is currently going on between New Zealand and Pakistan. Plus we see where Sri Lanka, they were beaten this morning by India, so in a T20 game. So these are the things that we're going to talk about in this one. Just make sure you listen until the end as usual. And if you have not yet subscribed, just go right ahead and subscribe to the channel, my peeps. Alright, so it was back in 2004, and I still can remember, my viewers and subscribers, Brian Charles Lara out there batting. You know, at this point I was still in primary school. Maybe I was like, I don't know, maybe 9, 10, but I can remember it still. You know, Lara, I think the first delivery that he got from Steve Harmison, I don't remember if it was the first delivery, but when it just came to the crease, he was probably on one, or probably didn't score any as yet, but it was early in his innings. Steve Harmison actually bowled a delivery which squared him up and beat the bat, went through, and you know, everybody went up, all the fielders, the bowlers, everybody went up, but the umpire's finger did not went up. You know, they were celebrating for saying that the ball took the edge, and they, you know, they were celebrating caught behind. And that was a very key moment in that game, my peeps, because Lara wasn't given out, and he went on to score what is still a world record, the world record in test cricket, right? I can remember, I think it was Ian Bishop that was commentating when a ball was bowled down the leg side, and Brian Lara basically just helped it down the leg side, and I think he ran away for 4, and all we heard was, there it is, new world record. I tell you, my peeps, those are the days, or those are the times that you have to keep them in your mind, right? Because I am not too sure when we're going to have somebody batting like that again. Test cricket has changed, where people just probably go out there and make a quick century, a quick 150, 200 the most, and get out. You know, we don't really see a lot of people making triple century these days, much less to go on to get a quadruple. You understand? So we have to say long live the king, man. And right there and then Brian Lara confirmed that he was and is the GOAT of batting, right? I think it was Matty Hayden that broke the record and had it for a little period of time. You know, when it was what, 375, I think, when Matty Hayden got it, and you know, Lara just came back. And he got a lot of stick, you know, because some people were saying he wasn't really producing at one point in time until Hayden broke that record. He came in and got that 400. And whenever I talk about this innings, I like to say shout out to Rivel Jacobs, the wicket keeper batsman, because he spent a lot of time at the crease with Lara. I think he had a century in that game also. You know, when Lara was running out of partners, he was able to stand up there and get some runs under his belt. So just wanted to reminisce on it a little bit, my peeps, because you know, it was all the way back in 2004, and it was, I think it would have been January the 3rd, if I'm not mistaken, 2004. So shout out to Brian Lara. Alright, so next thing that I want to touch on, my peeps, India versus Sri Lanka. So India and Sri Lanka had a T20 game earlier today, and India, they were able to get the better of Sri Lanka, and it was courtesy of some good batting. Well, not overly the top good batting, but you know, I had a couple of batsmen, Huda and Patel, that batted at the latter part of the innings, remained not out, and pushed them up to 162. So we didn't have Virat Kohli nor Rohit Sharma nor KL Rahul. I think a couple of the so-called first team players were out of it. So 162 is what they made for 5 India. Batting first, Ishan Kishan, he made 37 off 29, and we know Ishan Kishan is probably the front runner right now to take Pants spot. I like Ishan Kishan as a player, especially, you know, where opening is concerned. I am a Sanjo Samson fan also, but I think those two guys should be in the team right now. So, you know, I'm not saying that one should be in and one should be out, but Ishan Kishan had 37 from 29. Huda, he had 41 from 23, and Patel had 31 from 20. So those were the guys, Huda and Patel especially, that made sure that the team was able to go up and get a competitive total of 162. Now, Captain Pandya, he got 29. Sanjo Samson, who just got a chance in the team again, he had 5. Hasaranga was the pick of the bowler, picking up 1 for 22 off his 4 overs. So, you know, that is how the batting went for India, and that is how the bowling went there. Now, when it was time for Sri Lanka to bat, Captain Shananka, he made 45 off 27. Current Ratney had 23 from 16, but the other batsmen, they didn't really do much, and as a result of that, you know, the team fell short by 2 runs. They were actually bowled out for 160 within the 20 overs. Now, bowling for India, Mavi, he took 4 wickets. Malik and Patel both took 2 wickets each. So India, they were able to walk away with that victory in that game there. So shout out to Team India. And before we go, that test match between New Zealand and Pakistan, you know, we were wondering if it's a golden pitch where a lot of runs will be scored. New Zealand, they batted and made 449. I would have indicated that Conway got a century. He made 122. Tam Latham had 71. Blundell had 51, and we had Henry at the back end there getting 68. So those were the guys that helped New Zealand to get up to 449. Pakistan at stumps, they were 154 for 3. Their captain Babar Azam, he was actually he was run out, my peeps. I think he has the highest amount of run out since he made his debut at 6, if I'm not mistaken. So another run out there for Babar Azam. All Haq though is still batting, is on 74 not out. So Pakistan will definitely be looking to get as close as possible to that 440 that New Zealand would have scored. So, you know, as they say, Test cricket is alive and well, and the next game, I think we're gonna have the next test match, Australia and South Africa will start. I think it's their final game of the series this evening at 6:30. So that is definitely something that I am looking forward to, my peeps. South Africa versus Australia. You know, South Africa, they would have lost the series 2-0 already. So let us see if they are going to be able to get some runs under their belt, the batsmen especially, and put up a good challenge in this final game. Yeah, go and leave it right here. So for now, my peeps, tomorrow, you don't know, we'll give you an update on how these 2 games, what would have happened, and what. I think it's going to be the 3rd day for the Pakistan game, and the 1st day, at the close of the 1st day for the South Africa versus Australia games. Big up on yourself, my peeps.